Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday. You know what we always do. We always bring you information so you can be educated. We want to be wise. We want to actually inspire you and motivate you. We have an awesome guest here in the presence today. We have the international artist, Danny Clay. He's sharp, isn't he? Welcome to Good Deeds. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you say that awesome thing one more time?
You're awesome. You like that. Say it. Wait a minute. Awesome, brilliant, loving. I love it. I love it.
Function in the anointing, man.
Welcome to Good Deeds. Oh, wow. I love your outfit, though. I like that color.
Well, you know, that brother got to do what a brother got to do.
And that represent, right?
Get my grown man on.
That's all right. Well, just tell us a little bit more about yourself and the awesome things that's going on in your life.
Well, as you said, my name is Danny Clay, and I'm from a little small town called Brunswick, Georgia, and I'm living up here in the big city of Atlanta now. And I've been really, really blessed with a second chance at life. You know, some people know me from being in Tyler Perry's Medea's Big Happy Family, and then some people know me from being discovered by Steve Harvey on the Steve Harvey Morning Show in 2007, singing songs by Luther Vandross. And I was on tour with Steve Harvey for almost 4 years as his opening act. And I've been blessed to share the stage with a lot of people. Charlie Wilson, did a show in Puerto Rico with John Legend. I've done shows with Music Soul Child, Neo, you know, being on the same billet as them. And so it's been a blessing, you know. And then I was picked up by Tyler Perry and invited to come to Tyler Perry Studios to do a in-person audition for Medea's Big Happy Family, and he hired me on the spot. Wow. And so it's been a blessing. And so, you know, God is amazing. It's just, you know, but it hasn't always been peaches and cream. That's what I'm wearing, peaches and cream.
See that you own it.
I am so on it. Yes. But yeah, I'm from Brunswick, and let me give you the backdrop of where I come from. High school graduate, class of '86, Brunswick High. I went in the Marine Corps. I was a legal services specialist in the United States Marine Corps. And, you know, there was some personal things going on with me. Never had a relationship with my daddy. Now, he was very much foundational in my life, although he wasn't there. I've always desired strongly to have a relationship with my daddy, and I was kept from that. And when I went to him he never came to see me do anything in life. Anything in life. Little League baseball, football, high school football, prom, graduation, nothing. When I even sung for the first time publicly in show choir in high school back in '85 in Brunswick High, and he didn't come see me do that. And he had free tickets to come, and he would never support me, you know, in what I was doing. But my daddy loved me, but not in that way. And so, you know, he would always give me money if I saw him on the street. But I've never spent one night in his house before, never in my life. And I've always, again, like a lot of young dudes out there now, young guys, they want to have a relationship with their dad. And for whatever reason, there's some gulf between the biological mother and the biological father, and nobody's replacing that. Nobody can replace that. And so, you know, sometimes kids act out, then sometimes they don't. But it's necessary for kids to have, men, young boys, to have a relationship with their father, because I didn't learn manhood from my dad. You know, I learned manhood through trial and error, and a lot of error came along with my trials. And so I went to my daddy before I went to school in California, legal administration school. And I was like, I didn't care. This is after I graduated from Marine Corps boot camp. Don't care what happened when I was a kid. Daddy, I want me and you to have a relationship. And when I come back from school, I'm going to have X amount of dollars as a bonus. And I want to come back and hang out with you and even get us an outfit, you know, a father-son kind of thing. And I'm a grown man then, you know, but I still wanted to be my daddy's son. And so he was cool with it. And when I went out to school, my daddy died of a heart attack. And that kind of really destroyed me. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know how to, I didn't have nobody to talk to. You know, I didn't have I was going through mental problems. And I didn't, in 87, 88, there was no avenue to go get help without it being a drop on your, you know, you in the military. And so, you know, I walked away from all that. But before I did, I made a bad decision as a young boy, and I got on drugs. And so the drug was crack. And I came home from the military on crack. And it culminated in me doing criminal activity, running with, I was the wrong crowd to run with. Not just running with the wrong crowd, I was the wrong crowd. And so I ended up serving time. I served, some time in prison. But I'm telling you, people can call it what they want to call it, but God gave me a second chance at life because I asked for it, number one. And I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive everybody who contributed to, what was going on with me, to include my daddy. I had to forgive everybody, because we all human. We all made bad decisions. Not mistakes, but bad decisions. A mistake is something, I walk around the corner and I step on a nail. I didn't see the nail, and so I didn't have no intentions of stepping on the nail. That's a mistake.
Yes.
But if I see the nail, I walk around the corner and I think, well, I'm barefoot, but the nail won't hurt me. And I decide to walk on and hit the nail and it stick me. Well, that's a bad decision.
Yes.
Because it results in a bad consequence, pain. So I made bad decisions. And so God just gave me a second chance at life. And so when I came out of my incarceration, I was fortunate, in Brunswick to meet nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I was working as a utility locator at the time. But pretty good job locating underground lines, painting them and flagging them. I had a car. They gave me a company car. They gave me a laptop computer and a cell phone. And I liked that because they said to me, we trust you. And that's a person wants to be trusted and have a good job that's saying, hey, we trust you. Go take care of this equipment, but do this job. And I had counties, that I was over, territories that I was over. And so I would listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show driving from Brunswick to Hinesville, and that's like a 40-minute drive. And I would always listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. This is how amazing God is. I used to watch Steve Harvey when I was in prison.
Wow.
When he was hosting Showtime at the Apollo, I used to watch it. I watched it when he had the Steve Harvey Show with Wendy Raquel Robinson playing Regina Greer, the principal. Admired this guy. Never, ever in life did I ever think that I would work with Steve Harvey. Used to watch Tyler Perry. And throughout, prison, we see stuff where he's coming and doing plays and whatnot. And occasionally you'll see a Tyler Perry movie or something. And so, I never envisioned, ever envisioned me on stage working with Tyler Perry. But I knew that I would want to be in the entertainment field because I believe God gave me that gift.
Yes.
And so prior to that, even prior to coming to prison, I used to sing Luther Vandross songs in school and, at the house and whatnot. And my mother used to call me her little Luther.
Okay.
And so I was always pretty good at singing Luther songs. And so a cheerleader told me I sound like Luther. I was a young boy, girl, Sonia Johnson, I'm sorry. Sonia Johnson told me, who's that singing that song? It was Never Too Much. And I wasn't really that big of a Luther fan, but I liked that song.
Yes.
And so, they pointed to me, and she was a senior in high school, and I was like in the 8th grade. You don't talk to senior girls, but they may have a boyfriend that won't appreciate them.
Yeah, that's right.
So you don't mess with none of them. And she was really like one of the best looking girls, period. We rode a bus together. And she gave me that compliment. And it's important sometimes to speak life and positivity to somebody because you don't know how it's going to affect their lives.
That's right.
And so, and this is going to lead up to what's happening with me now. So I went home and told my mother, Sonia Johnson said, I sound like Luther. and I've been singing Luther songs ever since, I tell you. And thank you, Sonia.
That's amazing. But what you're saying is so awesome because when somebody compliments you, that actually brings life.
Yeah, it does.
And you speak life as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Because life and death is in the power of the tongue.
That's amazing. Woo, Mr. Clay, we have an awesome time. We're going to just take a smidget break, you guys. I know you're on the edge of your seat. I just got to sit down, okay? But we're going to take a little break and we'll be right back with more of this awesome information. This is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday. You guys, we're back. We're having an awesome time. Danny Clay, you giving us some awesome information. This movement that you actually are talking about, we are behind you. We need to actually stand up and do some great things. But let's go a little bit further. I really enjoyed that the young lady that helped you with the Luther Vandross and all the things that you actually learned at a young age. So let's talk a little bit more about that if it's okay.
Yeah.
That your backbone, your foundation, that's just powerful.
Yeah, when I never ever set out to sound like Luther. But, it's a gift from God. And when, there was never a song that he ever sung that I couldn't sing. Since I lost my baby, you know, if this world were mine, I would place at your feet. Let me hold you tight. Well, see, that's natural for me.
Wow.
I don't have to change my voice. It's just a natural tonation for me. And so I just see it as a gift from God. So, you know, I was really, really blessed to be invited by Steve Harvey. You know, I sung on the morning show, and normally you sing for like maybe 8 to 10 seconds, and then they go to the next contestant. I was the third contestant on the Steve Harvey Morning Show talent show, on the air talent show, and he had me singing for 45 minutes.
Wow.
2 days in a row. On a Tuesday and a Wednesday, I did the same thing. He interviewed me, and then, you know, I got so blessed. He had me live on the radio. He flew me to Philadelphia to be in the Unity Day radio special. Steve Harvey Morning Show, you know, mobile, go wherever you want to go. And so I was normally he have recording artists that are established artists to come in and interview live and whatnot. He had me on there. Wow. And at the Prince Theater. And I got a chance to perform, and it was just an amazing thing. It was amazing. And so he had me open all of his shows, and I got crazy standing ovations. And now, again, as I said, I was invited by Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is awesome. Tyler Perry, let me repeat myself. Tyler Perry is really awesome to work with. I'm telling you. He's a consummate professional, and he's a blesser.
Wow.
He is a blesser. He's a giver. The stuff that you see with him giving this and giving that, that's not fake. That's him. That's the movie that he had, Good Deeds, when he was giving, that's really Tyler Perry. Just putting on a name for the movie's sake. That's really him. That's how he is. That's what I observed for the time that I was with him. He's a giver.
Wow.
I've never had a birthday party in my entire life. And he found out that we was in Baltimore, Maryland, October 8th, which is my birthday. We was doing a Friday night show. And afterwards, he found out that it was my birthday and canceled his plans and locked down a restaurant and threw me a birthday party.
Wow. That's special.
He didn't have to do that.
No.
And it was an amazing blessing because it overwhelmed me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. And so when you see him giving, that's how he is, man. So I look forward to it's a blessing to be around that guy. So I look forward to working with him soon one day again. And even if I don't, man, I'm so grateful.
Oh, yes.
Because I was on stage and I toured with him. And my pastor one time told me, when somebody has an established business and they bring you into it, they put their reputation in your hands.
Yes.
And so for a moment, he put his reputation in my hands and had me as the finale of Medea's Big Happy Family. I sung If Only for One Night at the end of the stage play. And he set me up to be blessed. And I'm getting blessed right now today from that.
Wow.
So, now I have a song that I'm doing on my own. It's called Magnificent Lady. The story behind that is that I am tired of songs that degrade you, disrespect you, and put you down as a woman when you are our greatest asset. You give birth to our children. You cook our meals. You clean our homes. You keep us in order. And you are our backbone. You, the woman, are our backbones. How dare we, men, allow the media and the industry to give us money to sell you out?
Wow.
See, I come from a woman, a good woman. She may not be perfect. Oh, but that was my mother.
Yes.
My mother comes from a mother. And I lived with my grandmother for the majority of my life. My grandmother couldn't read or write. She was born in 1913 and was prevented from going to school. Some of the stuff that I saw in Color Purple, my grandmother actually lived. And so, but she came through all of that and she contributed to my life. My mother sacrificed and contributed to my life, even when my daddy wasn't there. Not only my life, but my other brothers and my younger sister. She sacrificed. I've seen my mother go without eating just to make sure we had something to eat. If I asked her for money for lunch or something, I've seen my mother, who was working in a hotel in this exclusive place, Sea Island, Georgia. I have seen my mother go in her pocket and give me her lunch money. Wow. And I'd be like, no, that's your lunch money. She said, boy, take this. And she'll go without eating lunch that day.
Yes.
So she has given me she may not have been perfect. I may not have gotten everything that I wanted, but she gave me her best. So out of gratitude for her and women like her, I'd be remiss as a man. Hitting the microphone, sorry. But I'll be remiss as a man if I allowed the industry pressures and what is popular, negativity being popular, putting women down being popular, being negative being popular. I would be remiss as a man to sell out people like you, sell out people like my mother. I won't do it. There has been for years now, for decades, this movement to speak negatively about our women. Mm-hmm. The R&B genre is the only, you guys, women, are the majority consumer in terms of buying music. Mm-hmm. All music is majority, from a majority standpoint as a consumer, are purchased by women. So as a consumer, I think it's a sellout for us to degrade you. And so much so that some women on camera degrading themselves to get money, you know. And I'm not judging that. I'm not necessarily judging that at all. But I'm saying, I say that you deserve more. Because I think we men were created to be your umbrella. If we're supposed to be the head of the household and head of the family, that means we're your umbrella. Yes. You under our covering. We're betraying our covering by betraying you to sell out and sing these negative songs under your clothes, talking about you being on the pole, making it clap. Mm-hmm. You won't say that about my mama. No. And not let me know it. Mm-hmm. And no real man, to me, no real self-respecting man will allow that sort of kind of thing, because women are our national treasure. You're the greatest asset on planet Earth for us. Mm-hmm. We can depend on you when the world is going crazy outside. When we come home to you, you make it all right. You make it all better. Any man, any woman that's self-respecting, she wants a man that's going to uphold her. Yes. When I was touring with Steve Harvey, now I may not agree with everything that Steve said, but he said one thing that I will always agree with. When a man is into you, and hear me well, ladies, wherever you are, when a man is really into you, there are three things that he's going to do for you. He is going to protect you, he is going to provide for you, and he is going to profess who you are to his most important people. Because we're territorial, and we don't want anybody to when we're into you, we don't want no harm to come to you. We want to make sure you come to us and we can provide for you. That's why we take you out to these dinners, because we're showing you, hey, I'm willing to provide. And when we are into you, we're taking you home to mama, or to the most important people in our lives. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. And so I want to just, life and death is in the power of the tongue. There's really power in the words that we speak to each other. So what I would like to do, and what I am going to do, is speak positive words to my women. When I say my women, as a man, to all women. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're magnificent. You're the best thing ever made. You're created just for me. Me being man. I'll love you for eternity. You for me, perfectly. You're my magnificent lady. And so I think it's a beautiful song. When you listen to it, the rhythm is good, the music is good, the vocals are good. It's just a really good song. I'm loving it.
Ooh, that's so powerful. I like to, we like to feel good. We like, we need to hear that, because as you say, as we, the mantra that we need to have is positive. This negative stuff is out. It's not working. Like we talked about earlier, it's not working. So we need to get back to what we was brought up to be, is to be with each other, to actually help each other, and not all this negativity. Absolutely. Ooh, you just powerful, Danny. I appreciate that. We're going to take a little bit of break again, and we'll be back to, we got to finish this off, because we got to actually get him to put all this in a book, because this is powerful. But you guys, this is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday. You guys, we're back. This is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday. Danny Clay, you are really doing an awesome conversation with us. Eye-opening, amazing. We can go on and on. And thank you for being so transparent. Because that's what we need, is people to be transparent, because we've hid too much too long and nobody's being healed. But let's talk a little bit more about, the awesome things that's going on in your life. And also, we didn't touch on the magnificent lady Facebook group. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, that's an amazing thing. So you can, I'm on Facebook, Danny Clay. And so I started, based upon my song, Magnificent Lady, I started the group, initially for one reason to do the music song myself, the whole music project, but then it expanded. And I've seen so many women, they're so strong and resilient, and they go through things such as breast cancer. I know somebody who's personally affected by breast cancer. Beautiful woman, young woman in her 30s, beautiful. I sung at her wedding. And she was recently diagnosed with breast cancer, and she faced it like a champ. And then this thing now going on with domestic violence. Well, I know women that's gone through domestic violence and survived. Mm-hmm. They're magnificent. They didn't believe that they were negative, such as what was being told to them. You could never get another person. Nobody's going to love you or like you because you got these kids. They just made a choice to not believe, and they got some inner strength from somewhere, and they decided that they're going to get up and walk in faith and just trust God with their life. They're magnificent. Mm-hmm. And so, I want to be able to make my life count for something. I made a bad decision that resulted in me going through drug addiction and imprisonment. But that's not the end of the story. Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to tell you, I read the Bible a few times, and I saw that God kind of uses people with some touchy past. Yes. Moses, he kind of took a man's life for just fighting a Hebrew. But God used him after that. Yes. David, after he was made king, he took Uriah's wife. Yes. And got her pregnant, and then had Uriah killed. And although he went through a consequence, God loved David and gave David another chance at life. And I learned something from the Bible. God don't look at man the way we look at people now. The Bible says in 1 Samuel 16:7 that man looketh upon the outward appearance and what you got going on. Right. And what you're worth and who you know and what you can do for them. Mm-hmm. But God looketh upon the heart. Yes. And that's good stuff for me. Yes. Because it ain't about who I know. It ain't about where I've been. It's all about what God is doing for me, because He looks on the heart. Yes. And when I told Him I was sorry about what I did, I meant it. Yes. And so He gave me a second chance at life. And who on parole get with Steve Harvey and Tyler Perry? Okay. It ain't never been done that I know of. And so that's nothing but the fingerprint of God on that. Yes. So now I've been blessed with this song, Magnificent Lady. And I decided I'm going to expand it so we could honor survivors of breast cancer. Mm-hmm. We can honor and empower survivors of domestic violence. We can honor survivors of violent crime, women that are survivors of violent crime. We can honor young girls that's trying to go to college and may have a hard time getting the money, and we can help them. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm the only man in my Magnificent Lady group, but I've been blessed in 2 weeks. Yes. In 2 weeks, my membership is up to almost 3,500 magnificent ladies. And just last night, I signed up 94. And it don't cost a penny. I'm not trying to put a cost to it. I'm not going to do that. Yes. All you got to do is send me a join request and just be willing to put your hands to work and to help somebody, to make a difference in somebody's life. Yes. If we work together, because I'm going to tell you, if you want something done right, this is what my life experience has shown me. If you want something to be done right, put it in the hands of a lady.
I got to give you 5.
I'm serious.
Yo, that's right.
Man, y'all, the house be clean, everything, because you're active. Simultaneously, I've seen a woman cook, clean, do homework with their children, and talk on the phone. I can't do nothing but talk on the phone. I can't type and talk at the same time. I got to get up. One of y'all got to go. I got to quit typing or quit talking. Now, okay. But I've seen women do all of the above simultaneously. Yes. Because you're capable. Yes. You're magnificent. You're the best thing ever made. That's created just for me. Every night before I go to sleep, I get down on my knees and I thank heaven for you, because you're the best thing ever made. Wow. So I have like-minded ladies that's partnered with me, the Magnificent Lady Group. I even got one of the premier dermatologists in the United States.
Wow,
Dr. Melanie Macklin, Dr. Mack from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And she's going to do a seminar on the show dealing with skin, health, and hair issues. Dr. Macklin is a beast. She's the best.
Wow.
She is the best. She's magnificent. And so I have women that's willing to help me. I have women that are experts in the field of domestic violence. I have women that's gone through breast cancer and they're survivors. And it's like a giant support group. And we're going to grow this thing to 100,000 members strong so we can make a difference. And so I'm just grateful for what God is doing in my life. I'm serious about making my life count for something. You say I'm transparent. I'm just me because I don't know how to be a star. I know how to be Danny.
That's right.
And God has blessed me even further. I'm getting ready to be in the stage play called So Amazing. And I can't say I qualify for the part, but God has given me space to do it. I'm playing the role of Luther Vandross.
Wow.
And so that's an amazing thing. The play is called So Amazing. It's coming to a stage soon. So y'all get your tickets when you hear about it. It's going to be something nice. So it's put on by Kevin Owens, who was actually Luther's background singer. Kevin being the lead singer now of Ray Goodman and Brown.
Yes.
And he toured with Luther for 25 years plus. And so he's writing his life story on stage with Luther, and it's in a book called So Amazing, and it's translated to a stage play. And I was cast to play the role of Luther Vandross.
That's awesome.
So
you get to be able to put it out there.
And it's so amazing, amazing. Love brought us together, together. I will leave you never and never, 'cause we got amazing love.
Wow, that's powerful. Woo, you know, we ladies, we like that song. So thank you. You know what? I really commend you because that's what we need. We need to have that power because we do look for the man for our covering. We do.
Yeah.
If you align it, we there. You know, because I've seen that growing up.
Yeah.
My mom and dad, they always in agreement. So that's powerful.
That's a beautiful thing.
Woo,
that is a beautiful thing.
It's amazing. But do this. Tell us how we can contact you.
Well, you can contact me. My email is Mr. D.L. Clay at yahoo.com. That's MRDLCLAY at yahoo.com. You can look me up on Facebook. My name is Danny Clay. I have a fan page, Danny Clay, and my number that you can call me by is, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Because I don't normally give my number out. But it's 912-506-9763. If I can be a blessing to you, it'll be my pleasure. You can also look me up on www.magnificentlady.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. Because I may not be a pretty boy like Shamar Moore, or I may not have the model good looks like Idris Elba. But if the one thing I do give you is my best. That's all I can give you, and that's all I'm going to give you is my best. I've got a second chance at life, and I'm determined to make it count for something. So if you know anybody in your lives that's gone through drug addiction, if you know anybody in your lives that's been labeled the black sheep, take your mouth off of them, because you don't know at what point God is going to turn their life around and they're going to be a blessing to you. So thank you for letting me come on to the program today. Dr. Renee, I appreciate you. I love you and I appreciate you. So, and I look forward to coming back.
Oh, yes. You have to come back. And you know, approve us in anything that you're doing. God bless you. We thank you so much for taking time out and hanging out with us at Good Deeds. We've had an awesome, awesome time. We just thank you for everything, for your support. And this is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday.